No one saw it coming. Not the fans, not the press, not even Sam himself. For years, Caitríona Balfe and Sam Heughan had lived under the weight of endless rumors. Every interview, every photo, every red carpet glance between them had been turned into speculation. And while both had learned to live with it, this time, things went too far. It started when a gossip outlet published a harsh, unfounded article about Sam, questioning his integrity, mocking his choices, and dragging his personal life into headlines once again. It wasn't the first time. But something about it felt different, crueler. And this time, Caitríona decided she wouldn't stay silent. She took to social media, calmly, directly, and with a conviction that left everyone stunned. Her words were measured but powerful. Enough is enough. Sam has worked harder than anyone I know. He deserves respect, not speculation. Within minutes, her post went viral. Thousands of fans flooded her comments with support, while others dissected every word, wondering if she had finally drawn a line between fiction and reality. The Outlander family, as fans liked to call it, was in uproar. Some praised her courage, calling it the boldest thing she's ever done. Others accused her of reigniting the old rumors about her and Sam. But one thing was clear: Caitríona Balfe had broken her silence, and in doing so, she had changed everything. The entertainment press jumped on it instantly. Caitríona Balfe defends Sam Heughan in emotional statement. Balfe's bold move sparks debate among fans. Outlander stars. More than just co-workers? Suddenly, the story wasn't about the false article anymore. It was about her reaction. Behind the scenes, those close to the pair said Sam was moved to tears. He didn't expect her to speak out, one insider revealed. He's used to fighting his own battles. But seeing her stand up for him like that, it meant more than he could ever say. And while Sam stayed silent publicly, there was someone else who didn't. A few days later, an unexpected voice entered the conversation. Sam's mother, Chrissy Heughan. Known for being private and fiercely protective of her son, Chrissy rarely speaks to the media. She's an artist, a grounded woman who raised Sam alone in rural Scotland, teaching him strength and humility. But when she saw the chaos swirling online, she couldn't ignore it. In a small interview with a Scottish publication, she finally broke her silence. "People forget that Sam's a person," she said softly. "And so is Caitríona. I've watched them both carry so much work, expectations, the public's obsession. What Caitríona did was brave. She spoke truth when it was easier to stay quiet." Her words spread like wildfire. Fans couldn't believe it. Sam Heughan's mother had just publicly defended Caitríona Balfe. The internet exploded with headlines. Sam Heughan's mom speaks out, and she's taking Caitríona's side. But Chrissy's message wasn't about sides or drama. It was about humanity. She continued, "I know how kind my son is. And I know how kind she is. People like to imagine stories, but sometimes they forget the real people behind them. I think Caitríona did what any good friend would do. She stood up." Those few sentences turned the entire narrative upside down. What had started as another scandal suddenly became something else entirely. A story about loyalty, friendship, and the quiet strength of two people who had been misunderstood for years. Fans began sharing old photos of Caitríona and Sam laughing on set, interviews where they finished each other's sentences, and quotes about their deep trust. The tone online shifted from accusation to admiration. "This isn't a love story," one fan wrote. "It's a story about respect." As for Sam, he didn't issue any public statement, but his next post spoke volumes. A simple picture of a Scottish landscape, captioned, "Grateful for the good ones." Those 6 words felt like a message, not just to fans, but to Caitríona, and perhaps to his mother as well. But the question that lingered was, why did this particular moment feel so different? Because for the first time, the voices that mattered most, Caitríona's and Chrissy's, had come together. And their words, though spoken separately, carried the same message: enough with the noise. Still, there was more to the story. Because as fans celebrated Chrissy's rare, heartfelt comments, Some wondered whether this public show of unity might change things forever, for Sam, for Caitriona, and for the world that had never stopped watching them. The interview with Sam Heughan spread faster than anyone could have imagined. Within hours, her calm, heartfelt defense of Caitríona was everywhere. It wasn't loud, it wasn't sensational, but it was powerful. Her words carried the kind of authenticity that no tabloid headline could twist. And yet, the reaction was nothing short of explosive. Fans flooded social media with messages of gratitude and admiration. "That's the kind of mother everyone wishes they had," one fan wrote. Others said Chrissy's response changed how they saw the entire situation. For years, people have turned Sam and Caitríona into fiction. But hearing his mom speak made them feel real again, human. The story dominated headlines across entertainment media. Sam Heughan's mother breaks silence. A mother's grace. Sam Heughan defends Caitríona Balfe. Fans in tears over Sam's mom's emotional words. But perhaps the most striking reaction came from Caitríona herself. For several days, she stayed completely silent. No statements, no interviews, no replies. Then, on a quiet Friday morning, she posted a simple message to Instagram. "Some words don't need to be loud to be heard. Thank you, Chrissy." The caption was paired with a photo of a sunrise over the Scottish Highlands. No names, no hashtags, no publicity, just warmth. Within minutes, fans recognized the significance. Caitríona had publicly acknowledged Sam's mother for the first time. And if that wasn't enough to move people, what happened next certainly was. Sam reposted Caitríona's photo on his story with a single heart emoji and the word, "always." That moment sent the fandom into meltdown. It wasn't a romantic declaration, but it was intimate, a quiet exchange of gratitude and understanding between three people who had endured years of noise together. While the internet debated what it meant, those who truly followed Sam's journey saw it for what it was: connection, family, mutual respect. In a follow-up interview a few days later, Chrissy was asked whether she regretted speaking out. She smiled softly and shook her head. "Not at all," she said. "I think sometimes the world forgets kindness. And kindness is what they've both shown each other since the very beginning." She went on to speak about Caitríona not as a celebrity, but as a person she admired. "She's strong, that one," she said with a laugh. "She's handled more than most could, and she's done it with grace. I'm proud that my son has someone like that in his life, as a friend, as a colleague, as a soul who understands him." Her words silenced every remaining critic. For years, people had speculated about Caitríona and Sam's bond. Was it love, friendship, or something in between? But now, the conversation changed. It wasn't about labels anymore. It was about loyalty and humanity in a world obsessed with drama. For Sam, the entire moment was transformative. Those close to him said he had been deeply touched by both women's actions, his mother's gentle strength, and Caitríona's bold courage. He felt seen, one source said. For the first time in a long while, he didn't feel like a character in someone else's story. Behind the scenes, Sam reportedly reached out to his mother after seeing the interviews. He thanked her for her kindness, not just for defending him, but for defending Caitríona too. "You've always been the brave one," he told her. As for Caitríona, her friendship with the Heughans only grew stronger. Though she and Sam have always denied being anything more than friends, those around them describe a bond that goes far beyond what fans can see. "It's not about romance," said one insider. "It's about two people who've shared a decade of life together, who've been there for each other when no one else could understand." By the end of that week, something rare had happened. The storm had turned into calm. The headlines softened. The narrative shifted. Instead of gossip and rivalry, people began writing about loyalty, respect, and the unspoken family that forms between those who've survived fame together. And as the noise faded, one image lingered in people's minds. Sam, his mother, and Caitríona. Three souls bound not by blood or fame, but by empathy. In one of her last remarks, Chrissy summed it up best. The world loves to imagine stories. But sometimes, the truth is even more beautiful. When people choose to stand by each other, even when they don't have to. That, more than anything, was the real shock. Not the drama, not the decision, but the quiet grace that followed it.